Thanks, Jason. Jason said, heads up. Welcome to the Bluegrass Xfinity Series. We're live at qualifying here tonight. Radbird shutters on the racing surface. Going out for his time lap along with Justin Ray to 38. Justin Witters into number 7, the old school diecast. Kyle Mays into 55 from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Also, he picked up the first win of the season from Jackson, Michigan. It's Jim Alt. Jim Alt into number 1. Blake Kinsley out in the racing surface in the car number 31 for Monroe, Kentucky. Along with last night's winner, first-time winner with the Bluegrass Series from Owensboro, Kentucky. It's Brian Terry. Brian Terry into number 13. Along with the number 48 from Sacramento, California. It's Mo Abbott. Brian Terry goes on top of the charts for his first lap, and that with a 54.28. Justin Ray in second, Radbird Shutters in third, Alex Penn and Adam Lancaster rounds out your top 5 as they put down their first laps there. Brian Terry trying to pick up where he left off last night. Matt Grenier goes to the top of the charts on his first lap. Then it goes to Radbird Shutters on his second lap. Radbird Shutters with a 54.13. Justin Witters moves to that second spot in the number 7 from Henderson, Kentucky. There is Brian Terry, last night's winner in the Cup in the Truck Series. Right now scored 7th. Blake Kinsley in that number 31. Tonight's race is 80 laps of distance and stage break on lap number 32. As Keith Hackney leads the way to points with James Silvers, Adam Lancaster, Radbird Shutters, and Blake Kinsley rounds out your top 5 in points. Making his way onto the racing surface from Leonardtown, it's Scott Fritz. Scott Fritz in the 0-1. Making his way onto the racing surface, Alpha turn number 2 there. Here's your current points leader. Calhoun, Georgia, the 69. It's Keith Hackney. Keith Hackney. Tyler Evans in the 77 butt kicker. Out on the racing surface, along with the 72 of Tony Iverson. Mo Abbott will tie him in that 12th spot. James Silvers will go 11th. As your top 5 in qualifying still right now is Radbird Shutters, Jim Alt, Justin Witters, Kyle Mays, and Adam Lancaster. Silvers in that 6th position in that car number 33. Jason Harrison in the 74 machine has 1 win on the season. And a Menard-sponsored vehicle there. Carlton. And also making his way onto the racing surface, car number 18, that from Riverside, California, Michael Robinson. Michael Robinson in car number 18. Todd Bates into 42. Entering track on the back straightaway. Well, let's see here. Well, my special guest tonight is the voice of Flo, as he has on here. It's Mr. Alex Robinson. Good to have you, Alex. You know, I'm kind of sad our BJ not here tonight. He's dealing with some issues. We ask you if you're watching, keep him in your prayers. But I'm glad you're here, bud.
Thanks, Steve. Keep it. Look, I will do anything as I am procrastinating because there is like 8,000 papers sitting in front of my face right now that I have to do at some point this week. But we're going to procrastinate as long as possible before we have to do those.
Definitely. Tomorrow night, Brett Wheeler will be up here with me for the Cup Series. So, Alex, tonight with me, thank you so much again for being here, part of the broadcast. As Keith Hackney goes to the top of the charts with a 54.12. You got Ratbird Shutters, Jim Alt, Justin Ray, Kyle Mays. And let me tell you, the Xfinity Series has a lot to live up to after last night.
Oh, last night was phenomenal. You know, as I said on the podcast, I'm a little bitter about how it ended for us, but you know what? Things happen, and I'm really happy for Mr. Terry himself for getting the win. But tell you what, I was not expecting that race to go as long as it did. Long green flag stints before the green white checkered, and pit strategies. You know, as everyone says, oh, that doesn't really mean anything on super speedways. Pit strategies play dividends for some of those guys, like Travis Twitty last night. Travis Twitty was with Cody and Ron Morris when they pitted on that caution, when the caution came out right as soon as they were leaving.
Uh-huh.
I don't think Travis Twitty had enough fuel to make it another green white checkered, because it was me. You know, we're talking about it and we're like, we need to just take the white flag here. If we take the white flag, then it's, you know, sadly it was either bring me a win or bring me a steering wheel. And well, Cody brought me a steering wheel, but you know what? I'll take it. It was great racing. It was hard-nosed racing, and, you know, let's be honest here. I'd rather watch Talladega be like that than it, you know, be a wreck fest for a super speedway. Like, that is what old school super speedway racing is. That was green flag to the stage break, and then pretty much green flag until that green white checker came out. So I'm expecting the same here, and I'm kind of pumped because I picked Keith Hackney to win tonight, and he's currently quick time.
Definitely is quick time. And talk about the tweet out Travis Twitty coming home in second last night. So a good run for him. You know, I mean, I just feel sorry for anybody that you're spotting for normally, Alex. But you did a pretty good job. I was really impressed.
We try. Next week's going to put me to work. Dover, you know, these short tracks are... Everyone thinks, oh, you know, super speedways is where you need a spotter. No, it just, you know, you just need communication. Okay, where's your teammates at? That's what spotters really do on super speedways. Like last week, what was it? Darlington last week and Dover next week. Those are the racetracks where spotters, their work is cut out, because I'll tell you what, you never know what can happen at those short tracks. So, Steve, this season, the rest of the season after tonight, you know, it's a cutoff race here as we come down. We're closing in on, what is it? It'll be the round of 8?
Uh-huh.
And then it's, you know, then it's Final Four time and a few more races, and then we will crown a champion.
I know, it's going to be exciting, that's for sure. And ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready for your starting grid. And on the pole tonight for the Cornerstone Motorsports, car number 69, Keith Hackney, and to his outside, his teammate, Ratbird Shutters, in car number 3.
Starting on the inside of row number 2, starting third, that's High Side Hustlers, the 72 of Tony Iverson. To the outside, the 1 of Jim Ott.
Row number 3 to the inside, Elite Motorsports, car number 7, Justin Winters. And to his outside, car number 55, Kyle Mays in Mays Racing.
Elite Motorsports 17, that's Adam Lancaster starting in the 7th spot. Starting outside in the 8th spot for Cornerstone Motorsports, the 33, that is James Silvers.
In row number 5 to the inside, Cornerstone Motorsports, car number 30, Alex P. And to his outside, the Mays Mafia, car number 42, Todd Mays.
Starting in the 11th spot, the 38 for Weaponized Motorsports, it's Justin Ray. To the outside, the Y&H Motorsports 15, that is Matt Grenier starting 12th.
In row number 7 to the inside, in a little team birdie, I just like saying little team, but it's the Team Birdie Racing, car number 28, Alex Carr. To his outside, the Empire Motorsports, car number 18, Michael Robinson.
Jason Harrison starts in that 15th spot there. He will captain that 74 for JB Motorsports. Starting in the 16th spot, that's CFME Sports 01 of Scott Fritz.
And rolled off on the 9th row to the left and to the right. It'd be Brian Terry, last night's winner, And to his outside, in the color teal racing, car number 48, Mo Abbott.
Blake Hensley will captain that 31 for Weaponized Motorsports. He'll start 19th. To the outside, Cornerstone Motorsports 77 of Tyler Evans.
And row number 11 to the inside, the Team Birdie Racing, car number 25, that's Greg Carr. To his outside, car number 2, it's Bobby Mays.
Starting in the 23 spot, that's the 29, High Side Hustlers, Travis Twitty. Starting 24th for World of Thunder Esports, that 46 of Sean Kastritza.
Oh, that looked kind of weird going through the pace car there. And your final row tonight, on the left and to the right, Brand New Empire Motorsports, car number 19 is Jeremiah Hobbs. And to the right side is Jeremy Vaughn, the Next Level Racing.
And Jason Collins in that pace truck, in that pace car. I think he wanted to hit our cameras, Steve.
Probably. I mean, that's the only way he's going to lead a lap, that's for sure.
Sadly.
Yep, for the next rest of the season,
I
will be having a special guest. BJ might make an appearance here or there, but Alex, maybe you'll be on a little bit more with me. And
Steve, I was told, correction, it's the round of 12, then the round of 8, then the round of 4.
Well, it's because maybe your school didn't teach you good math.
Look, that's Jason. Jason's the one that told me that. Oh, Steve, if you didn't tune in, you got to tune in. I don't know if he posted it yet. I think he did because I got messages about it. The podcast last night was an entertaining night, to say the least. I'll tell you that much. It was very entertaining, and I know Jason's watching, and I know I can say this. He told me something, and I forget what he told me, and I literally quoted Cody Anderson like Cody told him last night when Jason told him what to do. Jason, you're not my dad.
But I am.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Steve.
80 laps. The stage break on lap number 82. Keith Hackney, Radbird Shutters on your front row will lead the field to the green. Here at Talladega. Last night, the 13, picking up the win of Brian Terry.
Oh, Steve, I'm scared now. Cody said he's going to abuse me next week. I'm scared.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's the time you've been waiting for. Rise to your feet, because this is Stars in the Cars of the Xfinity Series, as we're fixing to go green flag racing here at Talladega for 80 laps. Green flag is out. Alex, who's your pick?
Oh, I'm holding the guns. I'm going Keith Hackney.
I'm gonna go with Brian Terry. Hell, why not?
But Steve,
yeah.
I miss pre-show rushing home from work. What's the stage break tonight?
Lap number 32.
32. Thank you, Steve. And here we go. This is what, here we already see it's a two by two here. It's expecting to be how it usually starts off here, Steve. But the thing is, who's going to be the first one to try and push it, and how many laps is it going to take? As I already see a car on the outside there. So who's going to really try and push it within the top 10, top 5, and who's going to be the one to go out and push the pressure on the race leaders from the top side and make it 3 wide?
Well, we already know Radbird Shutter's going to throw it all out the window here tonight. He's going to be up front every chance he got. He's going to be putting moves on the drivers that you haven't seen him do all season long, because he has nothing to lose. And he wants to win one, Radburn does, in that number 3 machine, as right now is on the outside pushing Keith Hackney, his teammate, to the race lead right there. You look at the 72, that is Tony Iverson to the inside. Jim Alt gets a little wide there. And the 55 of Kyle Mays is going to follow pursuit as we're 3 wide for 3rd place down the back straightaway. Actually, now 3 wide for the race lead, Alex. We're 3 by 3.
So already, Steve, I said, when will it happen? And it happens on lap number 2 here as we got ourselves a new race leader. And Steve, could you by chance, I see it's Jim Ott, but could you by chance send me a timing and scoring? That'd be greatly appreciated. Maybe, he says, maybe.
Maybe.
But campers, ooh. It's a full crowd here for the Bluegrass Iracing series at Talladega. And you know what? Steve, I think they're all here to listen to your lovely voice.
Mine.
Yours, not mine.
Why, you're the voice of Flo.
No, I'm the voice of Bridgeport.
No, this is a voice of Flo.
Listen here, do I have to change that?
Well, I mean, that's what you want everybody to call you.
I blame Jason.
Well, we all know who the real Flo Racing announcers are. I mean,
That's a J-Van.
Last I haven't looked, no, your name's not Ben Shelton.
My name's definitely not Jerry Van Sickle.
Or Jerry Van Sickle, or who's the guy with the...
Dustin Jarrett.
Justin Jarrett, yeah, you got him. Let's see here. Now you got me thinking.
Oh, boy. I smell the smoke from here.
Yeah, I mean... Who does the, boy, that's...
Chet Christner does USAC.
Yeah, see, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you just got a weekly show. They got a weekly series to go visit.
Listen here, I'm special.
But, you know, remember who created you?
Apparently, I'm the number 17 truck spotter now, Steve. Oh, boy.
As right now we're looking at on the roof cam under number 7 of Justin Winters as he looks to the inside of Jim Alt. Alton at number 1 leading the field on the outside line. As Tony Iverson battling back on the inside as he's leading the inside line as they come down the straightaway. Oh, I'm looking at the chat and this says show or hide. I'm like, well, hell, am I supposed to hide or something? Well, that's the chat. Oh, Alt gets wide off of turn number 2. That's going to allow Tony Iverson to take the race lead down the back straightaway. So he's being pushed by Justin Winters and the 17 of Adam Lancaster. And now, look, we're back 3x3 racing. And, you know, I'm not sure it was Alex. Remember when you said the real 17 was Adam Lancaster?
Yeah. Didn't I say? I said the number 17 was Lancaster, yeah.
The real 17.
Oh, the real 17. No, the real 17. Wow. Look, listen, I'm getting bullied in Discord, Steve. I'm getting bullied in Discord. I don't like it.
As we're still 2x2, Jim Alt lead away on the high side, but inside is Tony Iverson. As every time that Iverson gains an inch, Alt will take it back as they come off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It's these drivers. You know, last night we went long green flag stints, and let me tell you, after the first round of pit stops, it was kind of treacherous out there for some of these drivers in the truck series.
Oh, it was a clean race, but I'll tell you what, we played it safe.
So you got to wonder what these Xfinity series drivers are really thinking. Are they going to put the moves on them early? And, you know, we talked about the number 3 earlier, Radbird Shutters. He's falling mid-pack in that 13th position as Jim Alts lead the way on that hard line, being pushed by the 55, Kyle Mays. Tony Iverson still leading the bottom line there with the 7 of Justin Winters. And then you have the 17 of Adam Lancaster. That's your top 3 on the bottom line. And then look at this, give and take an inch. You know, whatever you give, you're going to take.
Oh, it's Steve, I gained a whole new respect. You know, it's always one of those calling the races and driving the races. It's always fun. You know, I'm a washed up race car driver here on iRacing. As Steve's yelled at me multiple times on a Sunday night when I can't stay out of people's way. But I'll tell you what, spotting for these guys, especially super speedways, you can't push the pusher. Because if you push the pusher, well, you're in for the big one. But you see these guys, like you said, give and take here. You see the space there in that upside, on the top side there of the draft. That third car in the draft right there, which is that tracker boat car. You saw the space. Like, there was a major gap in between there. And it's gonna be interesting to see here. Remember, oil temp goes up as these cars heat up a lot when you draft. And if you're bump drafting, it can be very dangerous for your car, especially early on in these races. As you see, look at them. There's two separate packs on the top here, so that might be costing that top side here, because that top side has always been the fastest way around the racetrack. You saw it last night until that final wreck. You saw it. That top side has the run out of 3 and 4 going in to that towards the checkered flag here. So I'll tell you what, it's going to be interesting to see how the draft works out here. And we talked about it again. Stage points. You saw how close that stage finish yesterday was. And you're going to see it probably again tonight here. As that stage break, when that comes, stage points so important in playoff time. It's going to come into key factor here. But up front still, it's that one machine and that 72 machine there of Iverson and Ott. So those two have still led the pack here for the early going of this one here. As Keith Hackney has dropped all the way back to 13th. And I think Hackney wanted to be around more of his teammates there, because now Hackney is in maybe more of a safe zone, because the real question is, do you want to be leading early on here, especially when you're in his shoes here of being in the top of the points?
Well, the thing about it is he's in it. He's leading the points, so he can do whatever. I mean, do you want to beat him to the middle of the field, and something happens up front? Take a chance to wreck that car, be out of tonight? Well, look at Brian Terry, last night's winner, currently in that 10th position, being pushed by the 69 of Keith Hackney in the Yoda car.
Oh, sorry. Good.
Well, Alex ruined that moment. As the 72.
Sorry, Steve. I'm getting bullied. Everyone, Steve, maybe if race control would do their job instead of blowing up the announcer's phone, we would be in for clean races every single night.
Well, I'm kind of confused as he's trying to do a deja vu, because we know right now he should be down there with Granny. Hopefully that he hasn't lost her teeth again. That took forever last time me and BJ looking for Granny's teeth, leaving Talladega.
Oh boy. What did I miss?
Well, Granny, actually her teeth was in her wig.
Oh boy. You know what? People in the comment section are quiet. Well, besides from Cody, but I want to know what's everyone else's picks here. Who's going to win this race, and when's chaos going to strike, if it does, knock on wood here. Again, you see 3 wide action yet again mid-pack, Steve. These guys are trying to push it a little early, I would think.
A little bit early, but you know what? Hey, you don't try it now, you don't know if it's going to work later. That's some things that drivers are doing, trying to figure out what they can do with their cars. As right now, to come off turn number 2, down the back straightaway, Jim Alt trying to round up that top side there. As you look at the 72, still being pushed by Justin Winters in the 7 and Adam Lancaster. And then you have the 38 of Justin Ray. We haven't talked much about Justin Ray all season long. Having a good run tonight in that 6th position on that inside line. Then you have the 42 of Kyle Mays to his outside. Mays in that 5th position.
Yeah, so Steve, I'm sorry. I'm going through short track. I'm going through short-term memory here. What is stage break?
Lap number 32. That's what Jason has posted.
So look, you don't tell me this stuff.
Now, if it's wrong, that's because of the league owner can add. So I'm not responsible if it's not on lap number 32. Or maybe it's tied. Maybe it can't help it. He can't tie. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe. I don't know. He just don't tell me nothing. See, Steve, he leaves me out of the loop.
But look at number 7 of Justin Winters pushing Tony Iverson right there as they come out of the turn down the straightaway. And look at Jim Alt getting a good push from Kyle Mays on the outside line. The troops have rallied back on the outside line. They're gaining momentum slowly, lap by lap. As 13 laps are in the bucks, they head into turn number 1. Jim Alt will take the lead momentarily on that high line as the 72 of Tony Iverson starts to battle back on the inside there. Side by side coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. I mean, the 26th driver right there is Sean Kostritza, and he has a little bit of nose damage there. That's kind of shocking.
It's surprising to see the damage that has already become some of these cars, and it's one of those that you never know, because if it's not, spinning or wrecking, you never know. It could be as simple as maybe he went and bump drafted and just hit him a little too hard and got some damage, or got the return, or hit the wall. There's never. It's one of those things at this racetrack, you can get damage at the weirdest times, and nobody will see it differently until that camera's on you, and then you were like, you have damage, and it's like, where did I get the damage from? I have no clue. Oh, apparently Kostritza got damaged before the race even started, so that might be why we missed it.
Wow, as we're 3 wide right there. Look at the 13 of Brian Terry all by his lonesome on the outside, hanging it loose there, as he is trying to make his way to the front, as he's on the outside of the 42 of Todd Mays. The Tequila Patron machine there. Alex, I'm sure you know about some tequila.
Sure.
Don't tell us that you're too young to drink, because we all know that's a lie.
Wow. You call me old? Man, Steve's coming in calling me old. I'm offended.
Well, that's better than what some of y'all call me, that's for sure.
Look, you're not old. You're just the legend.
Tony Iverson still leading the lap of number 16 down the back straightaway. We're still 3 wide there on the 3rd row on back. It's kind of odd seeing Brian Terry stay up there all by his lonesome. But he's doing a pretty good job in the middle of turns 3 and 4 there. Coming out of turn number 4 down the straightaway. As Tony Iverson will come to lead lap number 16. As we're going to go to the Crank It Up cam for a lap. As Tony Iverson leads lap number 17. As 17 are the books, as we're on lap number 18. And you gotta wonder, Alex, pit stops be coming soon.
Yeah, they will be here, Steve. And our lovely race control / pit reporter, we'll call him, Jason Collins. Apparently, someone backed into Sean Kostritza on a pit road before they came out onto, or correction, when they were gridding. I'm just gonna blame pace car driver of Jason Collins for putting in reverse and hitting Sean Kostritza, because I feel like that's something Jason would do, is not knowing drive from reverse, because if we've watched Jason drive, that's where he goes usually, is backwards. So up front though,
won the championship.
Steve,
what?
You won a dirt championship too. I mean,
that's true.
Everyone wins championships except me. I guess my calling was the booth, Steve. I don't know.
As we're lap number 19 down the back straightaway, the inside line, the top 3 there have cleared Jim Alt. Jim Alt being pushed by the 55 of Kyle Mays on the outside line. Look at Brian Terry. He's falling in line there to the middle groove. And you know what? They're starting a single file up front. So you must, gotta wonder, pit stop's fixing to happen soon. And there goes the first driver, Tony Iverson, down pit road along with Jim Ott. And Jason Harrison and Travis Twitty down pit road. The 7 machine of Justin Winters will lead the way. Being pushed by the 17 of Adam Lancaster, so his pit stop will be happening pretty soon here. Justin Reed at 38, the Goodrich number 38 there. In that 3rd car on the inside. See the 55 Kyle Mays on the outside line there, so more likely he will not be pitting this time, as he's actually looks like he's starting to hook up with Todd Mays in that 42 right behind him. So that might be his drafted partner.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, they're going to come down. They're going to force it. We're going to get there.
Everyone is coming down pit road. Steve, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's everyone. Everyone who hasn't pitted is now on pit road. So I think we. I think we've come to a conclusion, Steve McMillan, that 20 laps is the most that these cars can go if that many cars came down pit road at the same time. I think 20 laps is going to be the window of fuel here tonight.
As of the
wouldn't you say?
I would say that, because here comes the first 4 drivers who pitted coming around, and there is Adam Lancaster being the first off pit road with Justin Winters, Todd Mays, and Mo Abbott. As the drivers are in turn number 1 and 2 there, as they will enter on the back straightaway. There is Jim Alt. There's Arison and Tony Iverson right there as they come along past these drivers coming off of pit road. Now this is where it starts to get hairy, as Lancaster stays in the race lead there.
So Steve,
yeah,
as it looks right now, again, we've talked about this before. My math, I'm not a math guy.
Right.
If my math and my calculations are correct, if we have no cautions until, the curse of me being here in a green-white checkered, they're going to need, after the stage break, this will last until the stage break. Then after the stage break, they will need, if 20 laps is the fuel window here, they will need still 2 stops here to make it through the rest of the race.
Definitely, they sure will. It's right now Adam Lancaster is your race leader with Justin Winters, Mo Abbott, Todd Mays, and the 69 of Keith Hackney. Jim Alt coming on the outside there, being pushed by Arison and the 72 of Tony Iverson there. So there's Travis Twitty, that number 29 machine.
Steve, apparently there were some issues that we missed on pit road. The 30 of Alex Penn and the 55 of Kyle Mays got into it on pit road there. As
someone get out of their car and fight?
I don't think so. Oh. All I know is Penn is about to go a lap down here, as I'm pretty sure the leaders are actually catching him here, because he is 27 seconds behind. Correction, 42. So, yeah, I think he's going to go a lap down here very shortly. But then Scott Fritz is on pit road here, so there must be problems on that 01, because this is his second pit stop, as this is getting interesting, Mr. McMillan. Very interesting of how this is going here, because Hobbs was just on pit road for the second time this race, and now Fritz has hit pit road for the second time this race. So there's 2 drivers that have hit pit road, especially considering they hit pit road to... Oh, that's what it was, Steve.
What?
Speeding penalties on pit road.
Well, I was going to ask you, why did they hit pit road, not drive on pit road? That would kind of hurt.
Well, I don't know. Steve, you're confusing me.
Lancaster continues to lead here at number 17. Jim Alt being pushed by Arison there on the 74. And then you look on the third line, that is the 3 of Radburn Shutters being pushed by the 31 of Blake Hensley. So they're coming on the outside line. They're gonna make something happen here, I believe, on the outside line.
Yeah, that... Again, I think the higher you go in this race, the more speed, especially if you get help, the more speed you get. And right now, 1, 2, 3, 5 cars on the top side here compared to the 2 in the middle. Now you see that bottom side has more cars, but yet the bottom side is spread out 1, and 2, that bottom side's not carrying much momentum compared to that top side. Because think about the momentum you get when you're coming back onto the straights here. I'm winging it right now. Somebody's going to tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, and that's normal.
Well, you know what's even funnier? We're going to be 3 wide coming up on lap traffic. Oh, there's the Piet. He's going to go below the yellow line, allow these drivers. I thought it was going to be fun trying to go 4 wide. But he just threw his excitement out of the window, Alex.
Yeah, which, I mean,
hey,
it's smart.
I mean, take it back. We went to Atlanta. What we on the first lap, we almost had the whole field taken out. Remember that? Was you watching back then?
I probably had it on at some point.
Well, we had a wreck, and I believe it was trucks before we even went green flag racing, and I think the Xfinity series, almost everybody got taken out on lap number 1. I mean, 4 wide. I mean, I think that'd be exciting. We need to give fans something to watch here.
Look, I got on Jason's case because Steve, he released next season's schedule already, and there's no Atlanta on it. So it's like, we only have Daytona, we only have Talladega. He says there's enough plate tracks. I'm sorry. After last night's race, plate tracks race phenomenal.
But you have never been to Atlanta on iRacing, have you?
The new Atlanta? No.
Then you don't want to. Trust me. Trust me. You'd be going to commercial every 10 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Lancaster continues to lead the way as we're on lap number 27. As you look, as we're 3 wide for that third spot, you got the 48 of Mo Abbott, Jim Alt in the middle there. Then you have the 3 of Radburn Shutters. He says he's going to lay it all out on the line here tonight, as he has nothing to lose in that number 3 machine. And right now he's taking it to the top shelf. As right now Adam Lancaster ripping the bottom there in the number 17, doing a good job, being pushed by Justin Winters. As you look at throughout the field here, you see Bobby Mays in the 18. You got Jeremy Vaughn there in the 2. Or the 8. It might be the 8. It's kind of hard to tell. Jeremy Vaughn's car there. You got the 28, Alex Carr and Greg Carr right there. But we're 3 wide racing up front. It's going to be exciting as we're on lap number 28. Don't forget, we're coming up on the stage break here, Alex. So it's fixing to get interesting. Who can get those 10 spots for those valuable points?
Yeah, again, Steve, it's like deja vu. Except this time I'm in the booth and not on a spotter stand watching this. But I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Still the same thing here. If you see the side draft there, Jim Ott trying to get some side draft there on that 48 machine of Mo Abbott. So you see side drafting going to play factor here. Just be careful. Side drafting bit Cody Anderson in the butt last night for the race win. So, Steve, it's one of those welcome to super speedways, play at your own risk.
Definitely. I mean, have you told Cody they're coming back to UDTV full-time Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday yet?
No one told me that.
Yeah, they did. You told me not to say anything live on air yet. He's not watching, is he?
Which one?
Cody.
Cody's watching.
Oh. Well, hey, sorry to break the news to you.
I think I don't know. Look. I don't know. I'm just here.
I know, Alex. I'm glad you're here with me tonight.
Steve, I have to make an appearance at least once a month with you. I'm pretty sure it's a contract obligation since I came back.
Well, kind of. You got to hold up to your thing.
Yeah, I think once Brett Wheeler comes back full time, I'm pretty sure I have a contract obligation to be with you and Brett at least once a month.
Right now, Lancaster being pushed by the 7 of Justin Winters. Mo Abbott right there, that third spot, is Jim Alt's on that middle line there. As it come out, as we're with Keith Hackney going to make a 3 wide for second place. Now the outside line comes. And it's coming in a hurry, Alex.
I tell you what, though, one person it's really interesting to see is Jim Ott. As of right now, there's 2 people. Now 3, here we go. Now we might have some help here in that middle line here. But again, that top side, Keith Hackney going to be the lead dog in that top side. Right now, not getting the run as he was about 3rd there on that time around. So it's going to be fun to watch here with, 1, 2 to go?
Oh,
Stage break is after lap 32.
You got to complete lap number 32. So we're coming to the white flag next time by. As you call Keith Hackney the dog. Is he barking down the back straightaway? Let's see, because he's now listed that second spot there on the outside, being pushed by the 3 of Radburn Shutters. They head into turn number 3 there. Lancaster, your race leader. Then you have the 7 of Justin Witters. Out of turn number 4, you got Jim Alt in the middle line, Keith Hackney on the top shelf. As they're coming to the white flag for the stage.
Here we go, Steve. White flag for stage break here. And now here's where the side drifting. Again, Jason cracked me up last night. He went over race control and said that was really close for just a stage. Guess what? We're going to do it again here tonight. Here, as you see the side drafting there from Hackney. Hackney has that 3 machine of Radburn Shutters behind. Like I said, Radburn Shutters here. He's here to win. Just like I think most people are, as, again, Keith Hackney, though.
Oh, down the back straightaway. Caution.
Yikes.
And that will be your stage break.
Steve, who wins the stage? Is the I'm going to have to wait for race
control. It might be the 7 of Justin Witters. We're going to have to wait and see there. I guess that was kind of exciting, huh?
That was, to say the least, yes.
I mean, we're coming to the stage. They're what every valuable point.
Didn't we tell? So Jim Ott gets. Ooh, that was the front 3, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
So let's see here. So Ott gets. Oh boy, Ott gets a little help there. Ott goes into Hackney, then he comes right back down here. Tried to save it there. Not going to save it. Gets into the 17 machine. And there you see Hackney. And then Hackney, you see the brakes are locked up here as everyone is trying to avoid damage. And it's, well, if you didn't want to take tires and you were involved in that one, locking up your brakes, I'm thinking you need to take tires here as a lot of damage on some of these cars. The 69K of Keith Hackney, I'm pretty sure toe link is broken that one. And here's, geez, I didn't even realize, Steve, there's more going on.
Oh, yeah.
As there's the 29 of Travis Twitty. So Travis Twitty here, probably at this point, just sees smoke. But they're all going down the racetrack. So Travis Twitty, barely had to avoid anything. And they're still, Steve... There's contact in front. There's contact behind Twitty. Steve, let's go with that's the big one.
Definitely it is. So Justin Witters will win the stage at number 7, getting some valuable points there. With Bo Abbott, Todd Bates, Tony Iverson, Travis Twitty rounds out your top 5 in the stage. So, you know what? They wanted to try to outdo the Truck Series, but, I must say the Truck Series outdid them because they made it to the stage break last night without the caution. It was dicey. It was scary at moments, but they did it. And there's Radburn Shutters. The toes all messed up on that car. I'm going to say probably his night is almost done. Keith Hackney made his way down pit road as Tony Iverson will be the first driver off the pit road along with Travis Twitty. And really, this wreck is going to play in the hands of some of the drivers that you normally don't see up front. There you see the 77 of Tyler Evans making his way off the pit road. Jeremy Vaughn comes out 4th. Then you got Bobby Mays there. Justin Witters stayed on pit road a little bit longer. He had to get probably some damage repair on that machine in that number 7 after that melee on the back straightaway. But Tony Iverson will lead him to the green as we come back to green flag racing after the stage for stage number 2. So 13 drivers are on the racing surface. There's Keith Hackney's car. Heavy damage. There's Jim Altz, James Silvers, who was involved in that. There's Justin Ray. There is Matt Grenier coming off of pit road. Harrison with some damage on that 74 machine. There's the 18 of Michael Robinson, Bo Abbott. And then Blake Hensley with some damage. Jeremiah Holmes in the 19, a lap down. There's Alex Penn. So your front row for this restart for stage number 2 will be Tony Iverson and Travis Twitty.
Well, Steve.
We're going to go take a commercial break. We'll be
Sounds good to me.
We'll be right back after this commercial. All right, welcome back to the Bluegrass Xfinity Series live here at Talladega. The stage break came under caution as we had a big old melee down the back straightaway as Tony Iverson and Travis Twitty will lead the field back to green as for stage number 2. Lights are out on the pace vehicle, and really, it's the green flag of the stage, but it's your favorite time of the night, Alex.
Geico restart zone.
That's right. The drivers try to catch up who had to make some extended stops for some extended repairs. Mo Abbott is now leaving pit road. Blake Hensley's still on pit road. Now he's starting to leave. So we really got to see what goes on here with all of them. Justin Winters had a long pit stop. He was getting some damage done as he got a little bit of damage in that melee as he won the stage break. An old school diecast car.
Steve, I have a question for the fans here because I need to know this one. Is it smarter to take allergy medicine before you go to bed or in the morning?
Well, the lights come back on the pace vehicle. We're going to go another lap. I would say it's smart to take it whenever you need it.
Well, yeah, that works.
Or you could be like me, just can't breathe.
No, I can't do that. Sorry, I have races all weekend, and I need to be able to breathe, or you're going to hear. And I'm sorry, nobody gonna look. It's bad enough when you breathe, but when you can't breathe and you're huffing and puffing, calling a race, and that picks up through your microphone, that's when you're in trouble.
Definitely, it is.
when you get a text, because I already know I'm going to get a text message from you and everyone else going, I hear you breathing very heavily.
Well, next week we're at Dover. Is that what you said we're at?
Dover.
I don't know. Did you say Dover earlier?
I want to say it's Dover. Let's see. Jason sent me. You know what's funny?
What?
When the race control guy sends me the schedule, yes, we're at Dover. But you know what's funny? He sends me the Cup schedule. He tugged me in the schedule, and he tugged me in the Cup schedule. It's like these are Xfinity cars, not Cup.
Well.
Now, see, somebody commented and tried to tell me and got timed out. Jason, you need to fix that bot there because now that's really depressing.
Lisa said, Alex, it depends on if it causes drowsiness or not. I really had bad allergies, so I take Zyrtec at night and use Flonase during the day. There you go.
Not bad.
It's nothing. It doesn't feel good when you feel like you got something stuck right there in your throat. And it won't come up or go down one way or another.
Been there all week.
That's where I'll bid. The BJ breaks my heart today. I mean,
oh boy. But Steve?
So you're going to be here next Tuesday, right? Yeah, you are.
Let me look at my work schedule. I might just be a little late depending on...
Right. Well, late's better than never. Pace car is fixing to pull off pit road. We're fixing to go back to green flag race, and Charlene says she takes hers, Alex, in the morning.
Steve, it's my favorite time of the night.
It is. Oh, bring us to green, Alex.
I got to remember, there's a Geico sign before the Geico restart zone because I get really. There's the Geico sign. And then, no, it is the Geico restart zone. We already passed the sign, and here we go. Green flag back out. And, oh boy, talk about a jump there for that 72 of Tony Iverson. Steve, he shot out like a cannon there, but I think there was a plan there because Travis Twitty goes right in behind him here. And I think there was a little bit of a plan there for Travis Twitty and Tony Iverson of how they were going to work that thing out, and it worked out to perfection there as, it's one of those teammate things, and it worked out very well in their favor, and now they're sitting 1-2.
Definitely sitting 1-2. You got to wonder the 46 guy's damage repair on his car while they were down pit road. Right now, he's up 15 spots in the start of the race. That's Sean Kostrica, driver for Team Wotel here tonight in that number 46 machine. Look at Brian Terry goes to the top shelf, being pushing Justin Winters as they're trying to rally the troops on the top side to get that momentum. But, Alex, I really just don't know the cars behind them, how much damage they have on them. Can they actually run the top shelf? Because there's Keith Hackney. His car looks all wampus catty in the back.
Yeah, of some of the cars that I'm surprised are out there. Keith Hackney is one of those cars I am really surprised is out there. There's the 01 machine. What's that, Fritz?
Fritz is there in 01. Got Mo Abbott behind him. They were involved in that wreck. They're a little off pace. And there's some bumper fuse going on. I think there's somebody. I think that was Arison missing the rear panel, the bumper panel there. In at number 74. So really, it just depends. If you can find a car that's pretty much clean, they go drafting on the high side, get something going. As right now, you can see the 17. He was involved in that wreck. That was the 17 of Adam Lancaster. But his car don't look too bad.
Yeah, it's some of these cars, again, for being caught up and stuff, some of these cars are shockingly very well, what do I want to say here? Think. Oh, there it is. Sorry, Steve, I had a brain fart there for a second. At one of these tracks, the one thing, aero's a big thing, but also you don't want to be down horsepower. You can see some of the guys that are down horsepower here because they're in that backpack that are actually, even if they're in the draft, with the damage they have, it's costing them time, and it's costing them major time and big runs to try and catch up to this top of the field here. But, man, Tony Iverson, Travis Twitty, I mean, that whole start there, with those two working together, put that inside line working phenomenal as that top side, there was no draft for anyone on that top side to get a hold of. And you see now they're trying to rebuild that draft to try and catch up to your race leaders.
Definitely. Right now, that's the 7 of Justin Winters being pushed by Brian Terry and Adam Lancaster, trying to get that top shelf going. Right now, Tony Iverson leads the way, being pushed by the 29 of Travis Twitty, who came home in second place last night. So, right now, Brian Terry, he's not done. He wants to go 2 for 2 on the week. And you've got the 29 Travis Twitty trying to win him one. And I believe he could do it. Tonight could be his night, or it could be Justin Winters' night in that number 7. I'm cheering on Travis Twitty. I would really love to see him get a win this season.
Okay, he's one of those guys who, he's been sneaky fast all season long, and it's soon time.
Yeah,
I think it's soon due time for Travis Twitty. I mean, he's had some great runs this season. His one podium, I tell you what, Steve, I don't know if you weren't here because I was here, but if you tuned in, Travis Twitty pretty much ran out of fuel coming to the checkered flag there, and lucky enough took home a podium there, because if it would have went one more lap, Travis Twitty would have been in the world of hurt as he got the podium there, but he pushed it to the limits. And Steve, about 10 laps, closing in on about 10 laps here, we'll have our next stop of fuel stops. And again, it's going to be interesting because that fuel window should be about 52 to 55, depending on, if they topped off when we went and extended that caution. So it's going to be interesting to see here how many cars go in at a time here. You remember that, that first group there was 5 cars that went,
Yep.
And then that second lap, everyone else went. Like, it was a full-on attack to pit road. I would not want to be a pit road reporter or a pit crew guy when you have, say, almost 20 cars coming at you at pit road speed, but pit road speed is still pretty quick.
Definitely it is. Right now, the outside line is getting rounded up there as they're starting to inch forward on Tony Iverson, who's your race leader. The 72 machine being pushed by the 29 of Travis Twitty. Gotta wonder, Travis Twitty ever thinks about going to the outside there. Maybe picking up Justin Winters. Maybe they can make a move and take the race lead in that 29. But right now, he's been dedicated to the 72 of Tony Iverson. But you gotta give it to him. I mean, Tony. Is it Tony with the high side? I believe he is.
Yep.
Yeah, so why not stick with your teammate? But it's an idea, Travis. I mean, I'm giving it to you. You can listen in, There's a right-hand lane. Just don't worry about turning on your blinker. Just go up there.
It's always with drafting, and especially when you just need a few draft partners. It's one of those, the song "Why Can't We Be Friends?" Yeah, that's what this racetrack is pretty much like for the first 75 laps of this 80-lap race. Those last 5 laps, it is all friendships are off, especially if you both are going for playoff points and going for a win to lock yourself into the next round. All bets are off at that point. I love my teammates. Heck, Steve, if it was me and you going at it for the next spot in the playoffs, I'm going around you, or at least I'm going to try and go around you. But I'll tell you what, Travis Twitty right now, him and Tony Iverson there. I'm not sure, Jason. Oh wait, I have it up still. I have it up, Steve. I have it up.
Well, it's like our favorite song. You gotta know when to hold them. You gotta know when to fold them, Alex.
And you gotta know when to run.
That's right. And right now, it's not the time to run. That's for sure. You're gonna have to wait till it's 3 laps to go, or that final lap, and then they can run.
Because I gotta find it here.
Justin Winters takes the race lead on outside, being pushed by the 17 of Adam Lancaster. As the inside line pulls up alongside them as they're still side by side off of turn number 2. Iverson will lead them down the back straightaway. The outside line now gets that push to inch 4. Justin Winters trying to inch up there beside him as they head into turn number 3.
Steve, I gotta figure out how many cars. What's it? The round of 18 first?
Something like that, yeah. Well,
I don't know. March Madness confuses me now because you have March Madness and there's rounds of this, and NASCAR playoffs are different, and now we have Lucas Oil playoffs, which is even more different. Steve, why does everyone got to go to a playoff format? Why can't we just be like back in the day? You show up, you win races, and at the end of the day, if you won enough races and consistent enough, you win a championship. This playoff stuff confuses me.
Well, I will tell you this, and just trying to keep it simple, trying to keep it interesting. As right there, you look at the 7, look a little loose there off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. As they're trying to bring that outside line, as they're still side by side on lap number 46, heading into turn number 3. Tony Iverson with the High Side Motorsports is your race leader. His teammate Travis Twitty right there behind him in his hip pocket. And then you have the little Birdie Racing, actually the Team Birdie Racing car number 25. That's Greg Carr. Right now pulls alongside the 7 of Justin Winters. This is a battle for that 3rd spot here as they come to the line. 46 in the books as we're lap number 47. Headed into turn number 1. So right now, the outside line has really formed up. And, you got to wonder how the drafting is going to play here for the outside line. Because the outside line has more of the cars that were involved in that caution coming to the stage.
Yeah, and you see already they were trying to side draft here. And I don't know if side drafting right now. So 16. So
12,
Tony Iverson
8, and 4.
So Tony Iverson, I think, is in the playoffs. As it looks on SimRacer Hub and points-wise, it looks like Tony Iverson is in the playoffs here. So in that case, Steve, I think Travis Twitty would at least push him to the win if it comes down to that.
Oh, no. You go for the win.
You go for the... I like the way you think, Steve.
Go for it.
especially when for the non-playoff drivers, you got to think there's a butt kicker involved.
Yeah. I mean, who won't want a butt kicker?
And actually, Matt Grenier, Brad Gebhardt's not here tonight, is he?
No, he is not.
So Grenier, Carr, Evans, those were your top four in the butt kicker points going into tonight for the Xfinity. So it's going to be interesting to see. I don't know if Travis Twitty is in by chance for that or not, but I'll tell you what, that butt kicker is, that's just as important as winning a championship. Let's be honest here. Those butt kicker points, if you want a free butt kicker, I mean, that's basically like winning a championship of your own.
Well, I was kind of confused because, you kind of think you want to. Nah, I can't say that. I got to be good. As the pit stops are fixing to start within the next 3 laps, Alex. So, the outside line's going to have to somehow either get in line or they're all going to come down pit road again like they did earlier in the first pit stop.
Yeah, it's you know what? I'm done predicting because my predicting got us wrapped up in chaos. So, Steve, let's just put it this way. Hopefully the top line, if they're going to call out their pit stop, they find a window and go to the bottom side, because if not, we're going to be in for some more hectic chaos of pulling in. But on top of it, Steve, while these cars go around here, closing in on that pit window here, it's still Iverson and Twitty leading that bottom pack. Talk about the rest of the season. These playoffs, it's Dover next week. The Monster Mile itself. Then we go road course racing one final time this season at the Charlotte Roval.
Yeah.
And our final 3 races of the year, talk about difficult or semi-difficult. Okay, Homestead for the 3rd to final race of the year. But then you go Martinsville as the cutoff race, the final race before we find out who our championship 4 is to go into championship week at Phoenix. So, Steve, Martinsville's going to be hectic. I feel bad for race control because, everyone's going to get on someone's case because they're not in the championship 4. But then we finish at Phoenix, and Steve, 200 laps at Phoenix for the Xfinity cars. And did you happen to see the laps for the Cup Series at Phoenix?
Enough to make me cry because I got to be at work early the next day.
312 laps at Phoenix for championship night, for the final night of championship week at Phoenix. So over 300 laps, Steve, at Phoenix on that Wednesday night for the Cup Series to crown a champion. Steve, God bless you.
Yeah, you'll be in the booth with me.
I'll be pit reporter for you.
No, you'll be the main announcer.
Oh, thanks, Steve. Throw me under the bus. I see how it is.
That's right. As we're at lap number 52, as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, Iverson continues to lead with Twitty right there as winners, and the 17 of Lancaster on the outside line. You see the other drivers are starting to try to get into the inside line because pit stops are coming here for these drivers as they head into turn number 3.
Pit stops are going to begin very shortly here. Let's see, anyone going to go in around this time? Nope. Nobody in that front pack going to go in. So, there you see it, Steve. We're getting to about that 20 lap window.
And see, I was going off your math, and according to the pit stint, we still got 2 laps to go, or a lap.
At least a lap or 2. Now, wait. Steve. What I forgot?
What'd you forget?
Remember, we had we delayed the caution, so that might have added at least another lap onto fuel. So, who's going to push it? Who's really going to push it to the brink of not having fuel is the real question. I'm scared to find out. I love to find out at the same point. So, Steve McMillan, we're about to find out because chaos is about to break. because it is soon time to go pit time and get some fuel here. They'll have one more if we keep this green flag stint a-rolling. And remember, Steve McMillan, this is where, not yet actually, it'll be that next stop, that final stop that they'll need to do to finish out the race will be the money stop here of make or break.
We don't care what time you think the pit stops are, Jason. They should listen to us when they should pit. And now you're retracting the statement.
Pit stops are now. Oh, there it is, Steve. Pit stops are now. Really? I wonder.
See, we knew what was going on.
Didn't we say that, Steve?
Yeah, we knew exactly. And look at this chaos down pit road. It's gonna be busy. Like going up to the county fair, it's gonna be a parking lot down in pit road. Tony Iverson leading most of the field. Scott Fritz does stay out. Adam Lancaster, Matt Grenier, Jeremy Vaughn, Todd
6
Mays, and Bobby Mays. 6 drivers stay out.
So this is where it gets dangerous, though, Steve. Because think about this: those 6 drivers, they're not going to have as you see the damage on that one machine of Jim Hott. As the race off pit road, it really won't matter here because you got to think for those 6 cars here when they go to pit. This group, let's be honest, it's about 20 cars deep of cars in pit road here. So that draft is going to be dangerous as I'm dropping stuff.
Definitely is going to be dangerous as you look at. Oh, Nelly, we had Jeremy Vaughn making love to the inside K-rail. You just missed that. In that number 8 machine, he's going to have some damage on the left-hand side of that machine. As Tony Iverson led him off of pit road with 26 laps to go. There's Justin Witters and Travis Twitty right there. Your top 3.
Steve.
Yeah.
You see Nick Mills' comment? There's a story behind that one from yesterday.
That's right. We'll be a green white checker tonight. That is for sure.
Steve, I told Nick because he didn't want to hang out with us last night. I told him, I said, when you're watching, I said, just remember, I'm near the racing vicinity. I said, there will be a green white checkered. Heck, Steve, even when I drive home,
there's a green white checkered on the interstate.
No, even when I drive home and I tune into the race, there's a green white checkered. I cannot win.
Well, you know, anytime that Mikey Neal Jr. is on the track, there's a green white checkered. It goes either way. Well, there's Adam Lancaster, your race leader. Right there all by his lonesome in that 17 machine. Here comes the 72 of Tony Iverson as Lancaster comes down pit road. So right now it's Iverson, Winners, Twitty, Evans, Fritz, your top 5 here at Talladega with 24 laps to go. So tomorrow night, Brett Wheeler will be on the call. We're gonna liven some things up from now to the rest of the playoffs. I'll have a special guest, you know, and maybe we'll be able to convince BJ to get on air. You know, it's gonna take a lot of sweet talk. How about that? It might be because you're green, white, checkers. I mean,
look, it's not my fault. But I tell you what, Steve.
What are you gonna tell?
Justin Winters there, when he split Twitty and Iverson up, that was the best decision he did, was to go to the bottom. Now he went back up top there, and now you put these 2 teammates back together. And I mean, let's be honest, those 2, especially Travis Twitty. Travis Twitty was one guy that I was like, when he came up to push yesterday, we were like, do we trust Twitty? I'm like, we trust Twitty. And I tell you what, Travis helped us out a lot there. And if I'm Tony Iverson, you want your teammate, but if you want any teammate, you want Travis Twitty to be pushing you, as I tell you that much.
Definitely, as we're going to have one more stop, as we got 23 laps to go for Tony Iverson in the high side. Hustler Motorsports there. Travis Twitty, his Green, white, checker. Just remember that, Alex. Green, white,
Oh,
checker. It's going to happen because of pit stops.
Steve, I also got told it's your fault yesterday that Cody got wrecked because you gave him the announcer's curse.
Well, I mean, it's just a common courtesy because you were spotting him.
Oh boy, that's not okay. That is very dangerous. Jim Ott, I think thinks he was clear before that lead pack was coming, and that lead pack came up on him very quickly, and Jim Ott pretty much just held the yellow line, and now he's going to try and hopefully catch the draft here, because if he can't catch the draft, which he did actually, Steve, it's impressive. It looks like he will catch that bottom line draft. So Jim Ott going to hold here, but that was, I want to say, about 8 to go. Will be pit stops here. I don't know if, maybe guys will go earlier than that, but just remember, I'm near the vicinity. We have green, white checkers probably for tonight here. So just make sure that you put enough fuel in that car to make 3 green, white checkers.
Because this is the way I see it. Right now, you got Brian Terry won last night. Right there, he's up there. Up front, running in 9th right now. You got Travis Twitty, who came on 2nd, currently running in that 4th position, as Iverson and Justin Witter side by side. Battling for the race lead. And then look at this, on the top shelf there. Oh no! The little birdie got knocked out of the tree by Brian Terry. Did you see that?
It wasn't pretty.
And we stayed green.
So stay green here, and I'll tell you what, this just changed up that drafting, because now, and there it is. So the bottom line got to get major help there. So Steve, that bottom line now has a lot of cars. That top side has 2 cars.
Yeah.
Well, and apparently side drafting is going to become very more dangerous, because everyone likes to be risky tonight at Talladega.
Risque. We got those 2 on the outside. They're just hanging out right now until they get to the outside, ripping and rolling. The 2 of Todd Bates, he's going to join them there. And then you have the 15 of Matt Grenier. Grenier in that 15 machine currently running at 11th right there. As the 42 of Todd Bates to his inside. Most of these drivers do have some sort of damage on their vehicles, so it's kind of preventing them, to maybe get up there towards the front. As right now, the 55 of Kyle Bates leads the way, being pushed by Justin Witters. Kyle Bates in that 55 Bobcat car.
Yeah, it's so Twitty and Oz. Let's be honest, Iverson and Twitty are going to be the men to beat. But Steve, we've talked about this pit stop. Pit strategy is what's won the past few races. If you have a good pit strategy, you're usually in the front during the rest of to the end of the race. And we saw it with Mikey Neal Jr. when he won it. We saw it last week we saw it. Jonah Colbert there during the truck race last week. He basically had that truck race won until he forgot something on pit road that he had to go down again, because, lapped up the whole field there, pitted after everyone was done pitting, still held on to the race lead there, caught everyone that I think he lost like 4 positions, caught up, got the lead back, but then had to go down pit road. So again, pit strategy has been key. It's not just about how you drive. You got a game plan here, especially talk about if you run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you got a game plan, because your pit windows might be different. Your track might be different. Your cautions and everything else might be, of course, are going to be different. So you got to have some kind of strategy here going in, and that's what I love about this lovely thing we have as iRacing, because it's just like real life racing, especially in these cup cars. You have to have strategy, and that's why if you see a lot of guys now are getting spotters, getting crew chiefs, especially on those open setup races. They're getting a crew chief to adjust the car while your spotter is telling you what to do. Heck, there's guys that have like 3-4 guys in their spotter stand doing stuff during the race for them. That's what, welcome to the world of iRacing. It's become, what was it? Tyler Reddick, I think, thanked iRacing, thanked the guys from iRacing, because They helped him figure out where some speed was for Coda on Sunday.
Yes, they did. And you got Lane Phillips in the Facebook chat. Alex, he said, depends how on what it is. Some makes you drowsy and some don't. Hell, I say just take it all. Alex, any time of day, just take it.
Only Steve McMillan. I trust Steve. I trust him.
You just got to take it. Go for it. Take one for the team. It could be a good nap you need. You never know.
So, Nick Mills, did you see that comment? If there were ever any doubts of an announcer's curse, if it was real or not, we have the proof now.
Well, according to him, he does. But, I mean, he has to understand when you have someone announce a spot for you, that is the curse.
Yes, if you have an announcer spot for you, you're in trouble.
That's right, and that's what he did. So if he hasn't learned his lesson yet, by God, let him keep on making the same mistake.
Look, Steve, he was up front all night last night.
He was. But look right now, 15 laps to go. Tony Iverson lead the way with Travis Twitty, his teammate, and Tyler Evans, your top three here with 15 laps to go. You got Kyle Bates in the 55 and 4th. Then you got Alex Carr, the Team Birdie Racing car number 28. And there's just the winners in that 6th position. We have one more pit stop to go. Coming up in roundabout, let's see here. I would say in the next 12 to 13 laps, Alex. Well, why not short pit here? Or would you be more worried about the green white checkers?
You got to be worried about green white checkers here. For guys like Twitty, after last night, do you really want to, have to bank on taking the white flag before a caution comes out? And I tell you what, Steve, it was like we were begging, like in the Discord chats. I know anyone who had maybe 2 laps of fuel left before that checkered flag came out was sitting there going, take the white flag, no cautions, take the white flag, because guess what? At the end of the night, if that caution would have came out a lap prior, you would have had more pit stops.
Definitely will, as it's starting to get kind of interesting up front, because you got some lap drivers on the outside line there, forming up. The 17, that is Adam Lancaster leading the top shelf. He's a couple laps down with Jeremy Vaughn right there. But then you have the 55, and that is Kyle Mays, who's currently running in that 5th position. Running up there with those lap cars, and you have Bobby Mays there right behind him. Vaughn will go high. He's going to allow the 55 to look underneath him as we're 3 wide momentarily. As Tony Iverson continues to lead us on lap number 13 to go. Not on lap number 13, but 13 laps to go coming out of turn number 4.
And here's where it gets interesting, Steve, because anytime from here, I would say from here until lap 8. Lap 8, maybe 6 being the latest, you could go into pit. Because if you wait longer than that, well, Steve, let's put it in retrospect here. One, I think it has to be very soon, because let me do my math here. Let me do the calculations. Plus 20. You're looking about 6 to go would be the closest you can get with that 20 lap window here. So it's going to come close here, but I would short pit. I would have, I would say you can't go less than 5 to go, because unless there's a caution out, of course, because one, I don't think you have enough fuel, but on top of that, you're going to have too much ground to make up if there's no caution from here on out.
Definitely. The 46 now goes a lap down. He's in that 18th position. That's Sean Kustritza going a lap down. That's right now. Your race leader is still Tony Iverson and Travis Twitty. On the top shelf there is the 17 of Adam Lancaster, a lap down. He's being pushed by the 55, and that is of Kyle Mays. He's currently in that 3rd spot, the 2nd car on outside line. And then you have Bobby Mays right there in the 42 of Todd Mays. There's Justin Winters right now running in 8th, running the bottom line. 11 laps to go here at Talladega. It's fixing to get interesting, and it's going to be, well, pit stops are happening down. Here comes Travis Twitty. So, you know what? They might listen. Tony Iverson almost overshot his pit there. That was kind of dangerous. As you see Twitty now into pit road, there is Iverson still making his way. Kyle Mays leads the way with Bobby Mays, Todd Mays, and Blake Hensley. So maybe they have something in their hip pocket there. So they're going to make probably a pit stop coming up shortly. As we look up, they're coming off pit road. The Watt Scott Fritz will lead them off pit road with Alex Carr, James Silvers, and Travis Twitty. So this 72, Tony Iverson, he's still on pit road, Alex.
In 20-some second, actually, we're now at 30-second pit stop here for Tony Iverson, and he's still there. I don't know what's going on, Steve. I really don't. I hope Jason can tell me or someone can tell me what is going on with Tony Iverson, because that's not normal.
Your race leader still on pit road, so something is going on. As that one... What?
So speeding or unsafe entry, and he's holding penalty-wise.
Well, I said he came in hot. That was sure, for sure. Scott Fritz leads the way on this pack right here as Kyle Mays, Blake Hensley, Todd Mays, and Bobby Mays comes off of pit road. They are your top 4. Here comes the 72 of Iverson off of pit road right now. So right now, if you're Travis Twitty, let me tell you, I'm pulling for Travis all the way to win this. Go for it. Nothing's going to hold you back now, and if these drivers can't hold a line in front of you, make your own line. Because this is getting a little squirrely up there.
Look, you can at least go 4 wide here. Definitely. Is it smart? Absolutely not, but you can.
Well, these drivers are going to need to single file out so that way they can start to catch up to. There is Kyle Mays lead the way in a Bobcat number 55 with Blake Kinsley, Todd Mays, and Bobby Mays right there. And there is Scott Fritz. So you got Sean Kostritz a lap down in between these drivers. So the second pack here needs to single file out, start to catch up to your race leader. As we got 8 laps to go here out Talladega. As they come off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, the top 5 are single filed out. There's Sean Kostritz there in the 46, Travis Twitty. I mean, if I'm him, I'm getting a little dancey there, you know, because you want something to happen. You know, you don't want nothing major to happen, but you want something to happen. He's going to have to force some issues when we get down to the closing stages here. Because I really do believe he has something to prove. As now that second group goes to the outside as they caught up with their lead pack. Scott Fritz leading that way, being pushed by Travis Twitty. And one thing about it, the inside line, they all have some sort of damage. Oh, Travis, don't lose it, buddy. Save it. There he goes. He got a little loose. He does save it. Good job for the 19. Not getting in the back of him as they come off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Side by side for the race lead. Right now, Scott Fritz is listed as your race leader.
Yeah, and remember, Scott Fritz, he made it interesting at Daytona as well here. So Scott Fritz going to be one to watch here as we closing in on the final few laps of this race here. 7 laps to go. It's going to be 6 laps to go this time by here for Scott Fritz. It's Fritz, Mays, Twitty, Hensley, Mays. It's both Mays. Sorry, Kyle Mays in the 3rd spot, Todd Mays in the 5th spot, Tyler Evans there as well. So we might have some interesting shakeups here with how these positions are for those playoff spots. But Steve, don't forget, we always say, those stage points, those bonus points mean a lot here, and it might save someone from going home tonight. But up front is still going to be Scott Fritz, Travis Twitty, Mays, as you see side-by-side action there. Right now, Travis Twitty, he's pushing that number 01 machine of Scott Fritz. They're actually starting to pull away from the rest of the field here, so keep an eye there. Can anyone catch up? Can anyone compete with that 29 and the 01 machine, which, again, Travis Twitty's been leading the pack throughout the whole race here. Travis Twitty still holding on to that top spot. Then it's Mays, Hensley, Evans. Keep an eye on that 77 Tyler Evans. Remember, Evans didn't have the most memorable night last night, so keep an eye on that 77 here. He's looking for some redemption here. He's on that top side there with Sean Kastritza, and that top side looks to be gaining some more people here as we close in on 4 laps to go next time by.
As it were, 4 laps to go next time by. Look at right there, the inside line. An outside line being pushed, Tyler Evans getting pushed by Sean Kastritza here. And here's Tyler Evans closing in onto the side of that 29 machine. As they come out of turn number 4. Coming to 4 laps to go. It's going to get interesting here because, I'm cheering on Travis and, I want him to win. Sorry, Scott. I just believe it's his time. And, look at the 55 Kyle Mays shoots up to the high side there. You got to wonder, is that a little premature?
So here we go, Steve. This is where, like I said, you can be friends until there's 5 laps to go. Then all bets are off here, and all bets are going to be closed off here because now it is game time here. It is focus. It is now down to the home stretch here. It is make or break. It's win or bring me a steering wheel time, as what I've heard on super speedways for the past few years. You either win or you're bringing me a steering wheel home. That's the only thing I want if we do not win this race. And that's what Travis Twitty might be thinking right now. It's either win or bring home a steering wheel, because right now Travis Twitty has ran the most complete race. He's been up front most of the night, but he's been pushing. Can Travis Twitty be the one to get pushed to the win?
Well, he's kept that car nice and clean. You got to think that Scott Fritz had a little bit of damage on his car, a little bit from an incident a little earlier. Matt Grenier smoking down the back straightaway. Looks like that motor is expiring. What in a wall? That's the 19. He's going to save it. That was Jeremiah Hobbs in the 19. So really, if you look up at it, there is Alex Carr in the 28. He's a-coming. Really, he's going to be sitting pretty as we come to 2 laps to go here. Right now, Scott Fritz looking to get around the 48. Bo Abbott. Abbott going to the inside there, allowing those drivers. Here's Travis Twitty. He's getting a little antsy there. And the reason why he can smell victory.
So here we go, Steve. Are we going to take the white flag? Is there going to be a green-white checkered? We will find out, because now it is on.
It definitely is, as we're down the back straightaway. The top 3. You got Scott Fritz, Travis Twitty, Alex Carr out there breaking away from Kyle Mays and the 31 of Blake Hensley. So the top 3 right there coming to the white flag this time out of turn number 4. So the white flag will wave, Alex. That means the next flag is what?
It is a checkered flag. There's no next, if caution comes out, it's done. It is a checkered flag. That is how it's going to end here tonight. Will Travis Twitty go and make a move here? Remember, most of them don't try and make a move in 1 and 2. They'll try and do it coming down into the final few corners here, and that's where we're going to be heading here, because we're down the back chute. Twitty, it's Fritz, it's Carr, it's the Mays, it's the Hensley, it's the Actually, all 3 mazes are right there in this picture here, and here we go. Everyone just got a heck of a run out of turn 1 and 2. Now into the final corners. Here we go. It's still Fritz. It's still Twitty. Will Twitty try and make a move here? It's going to come down to this one here. They'll go by. Out of the corner, you're going to see a Geico restart zone here. There will be no need for that one. Fritz, he's going to go and block the top side here. Twitty, he's going to go bottom side here. Now a block on the bottom side. Fritz, he is going to win it here tonight at Talladega. Alex Carr takes home second. Travis Twitty, another podium for that 29, just not the win. Kyle Mays in fourth. Blake Hensley in the 5th spot. Tyler Evans 6th. Todd Mays 7th, James Silvers 8th, Bobby Mays 9th, and then Justin Winters will be your unofficial top 10 here tonight. But Scott Fritz there, ever since that pit stop there, he got help from Travis Twitty. He made the move that he needed to do. That was block that 28 of Alex Carr. Alex Carr then did the rest for Scott Fritz and blocked Travis Twitty. So talk about a top 2 there. Scott Fritz, Alex Carr there made the moves coming out of that final few turns, and that's how they finished 1 and 2. Travis Twitty, a great run, but yet again, like we said, not the win that 29 is still in search of, but another podium and not a bad run for the 29 as back-to-back nights, Steve, for a podium for Travis Twitty.
Definitely got one more night to try to get it done tomorrow night in the Cup Series. But let's take a look at your official results on the board. It's going to be the 0-1. The Bajul C-Speed shot, Scott Fritz. Second place tonight beat a Team Birdie Racing Alex Carr. The Highside Hustler Motorsports, car number 29, Travis Twitty, who come home third. Mays Racing, Kyle Mays in fourth. Weaponized Motorsports, Blake Hensley in fifth. Then you got Tyler Evans at Cornerstone Motorsports. Todd Bates is seventh. James Silvers, Bobby Mays, Justin Winters rounds out your top 10. Then you have Michael Robinson, Sean Kostritza, Alex Penn, Brian Terry, and Justin Ray rounding out your top 15.
Jeremiah Hobbs in 16th, Jason Arison in 17th, Adam Lancaster 18th, Tony Iverson from first all the way back to coming home in 19th there and a lap down. Jeremy Vaughn 20th, Mo Abbott comes home 21st, Greg Carr 22nd, Matt Grenier 23rd, Jim Ott 24th, Keith Hackney started up front tonight, and sadly he will finish in the 25th spot and finishing 26th, Radburn Shutters. Steve,
yeah,
man, not the night that some of those guys would want, especially Tony Iverson, who was up front all night long. You know, Keith Hackney, who started up front. Just not what these guys wanted for a super speedway. But again, we've talked about it here. You saw the wreck at the end of the race as well. Anything can happen at a super speedway, and we saw it here tonight.
Definitely have. We'll be right back after these commercials with post-race interviews. All right, welcome back to the Bluegrass Xfinity series as we got post-race interviews. And you know what? Not Your Dad has Travis Twitty for third place tonight interviewed.
Travis, another podium tonight. Another strong run. But again, just sadly not a win.
That is just, it's there. I can feel it. Tomorrow's going to be my night. I feel it.
I feel it too for you. I mean, I've cheered you on. Probably, you can hear it on the broadcast. I was cheered you on. I believed in you.
And like I say, man, I was wanting my teammate to get to the next round. That was my goal for the night. You know, I run Xfinity, but it's not my thing. So my goal was to get my teammate. He had a bad stop, and I hate it for him. But if it had been for that, I think we would have won this 1 and 2. But I take a P3 tonight. That was awesome. Fun. Oh, I can breathe now.
Well, you can't just yet because we know there's a lot of sponsors on that 29 machine. So take some time and thank them, and then we'll let you get out of here, get some breathe after another tough run.
Hey, I just like to thank Rise, Dub Print, you know, all the guys who helped put this on, like Jason, you guys in the booth up there, High Side Hustlers, the whole crew, man, every one of them. And then, like I said, the guys who got me going with my rig, man, that's just, I can't thank them enough. Like I said, it puts more joy and fun into it when I sit down in this rig and go at it. But I'm in the front and back. I have the most fun sitting in this rig right here. So, let's go enjoy one. Go to bed on that one.
Well, But tomorrow's another night. It's Cup night for that 29, looking to put it either in victory lane or at least another podium here to continue this strong week that 29 of Travis Twitty is having. That's your third place finisher tonight of Travis Twitty. And Steve McMillan, you're catching up with our second place finisher.
All right, it's coming home in second tonight in the 28 machine is Alex Carr. Congratulations on your second place run.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Well, you thought, you got out of line there on that last lap. I mean, did you know that the 55 of them were going to go with you, or was you just hoping and praying?
Yeah, I figured they were going to, because they had kind of fallen back the past couple laps, and so they were kind of coming with a head of steam. So I'd kind of been planning and sitting back just a little bit from the front two cars, knowing that top line was coming. So once they got close enough, I did jump up there. And then really at the end, I thought I had a chance. And then Scott just made a great block, and he just kind of stopped my run cold. I maybe could have pushed him, but I was going to play nice there. I wasn't going to dump him for a win. So he did a really good block there and did a great job of stopping the outside run. I tried a little crossover, but my momentum was gone at that point.
Definitely. Go ahead, thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you tonight.
Team Birdie Racing. So go Team Birdie Racing. One of the best teams out there. We love what we do, and I just want to shout out to TBR.
All righty. That's Alex Carr coming home in second place tonight. And Alex Robinson, you caught up with our race winner.
Coming home with the win tonight, Scott Fritz. That pit stop was a money stop. We always talk about that money stop. It happened to be that final stop for you. You came out of the pits, you were ready to go, and you got some help there. But talk about that money move, that final corner there. You block Carr there, then Carr does the rest of the work for you, actually. When you come down, he comes down, blocks Twitty, and pretty much pushes you to the win.
Yeah, I just want to thank Twitty first off for staying committed to me there that whole time. He could have pulled out and they would have went with him. They would have went right around me, but he stayed committed, and that's ultimately what won us the race. But yeah, coming to pit road there, those guys all like to break real early and pass about just every one of them coming to pit road, and then we were able to lead off pit road there and grab the lead. And yeah, it was a good night. We were a lap down at one point in this race because I screwed up on our first pit stop. Had to come down, do a stop and go, and lost a draft and went a lap down. And turns out being a lap down was the best thing for us coming to the stage break there because we missed that big wreck, and then it was on from there.
Well, a win in the books here. On to Dover next week. But again, we see a lot of sponsors already on that machine. Thank Twitty. But we know you've got a lot of backing in that 01 machine throughout this season. Take some time and thank them here for their backing throughout this long season.
Yeah, I just want to thank Matt and Justin and Adam and Mo for all of us working together all the time there. We've been all been around since season 1 and keep working together, and we're real good buddies. But obviously, Team CFM Esports, Mojo Say Speed Shop, Busy Corner Buggies, 1K Photography, 605 Racing and Tire Solutions, and then always Bluegrass and Jason for putting this on, and as always, Steve and y'all in the booth.
Well, that is your winner here tonight, the 01 of Scott Fritz. Steve, 2 in the book here from Talladega. Tomorrow it's Cup, and again, it's cutoff time here. Few will go on to the next round of the playoffs here. The rest of their championships hopes will end at Dega.
Definitely. I mean, tomorrow night, Brett Wheeler will be in the booth with me for the Cup Series. It'll be at the same time, same place here, live on the Facebook of the Bluegrass and YouTube channel. If you're watching the YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. Make sure to share out the broadcast and hit the thumbs up on there, and on the YouTube, on the Facebook side, make sure to hit that like and follow button and share out that broadcast. Then next week, we're going to try to sweet talk Mike and get him back down here on a Monday night, and then try to get you back here next Tuesday, and then maybe Brett or somebody next Wednesday night, as BJ's going to be off for a little while. So We're still going to be in it. We're going to have some fun till now to the end of the season when we crown a champion. Thank you for tuning in. God bless and stay safe.